The Real is live today on Girl Chat. The Real Housewives of New York take a cruise from hell.
Like, what kind of party is this?
Plus, Justin Theroux allegedly had reservations about marrying Jennifer Aniston. Would you say I do if it might fail?
Does that make sense?
No.
And Keshia Knight Pulliam is here. The Real starts now.
This is our
She said it's early.
I know.
Yes, okay. Who is ready for some live girl chat? Let's get it started. We love hearing from you, so make sure that you head over to the Real Daytime's Instagram page and use the hashtag #GirlChatLive to join in on the conversation. I love hearing what you have to say.
Yes.
Now let's get down to business. I think we should give some money away. Do you feel that?
Yes.
Yeah? Well, guess what?
Yes.
I've got $1,000 right here.
Where's that?
Boom.
Where's that?
Hi, there it is. Fan myself with it. That we want to give away to one lucky viewer. That's right, it's time for The Real's Dolla Holla Back. This is so exciting, I love it. Okay, I'm about to shout out one lucky fan's name and their Instagram handle.
Okay.
If you hear your handle, you have until the end of the show to message us back on Instagram. Make sure to tag us at The Real Daytime so we can get notified. If you holla back at us in time, you are going to win this $1,000 right here. It is yours.
Yes.
Woo! Yes.
If you know the person that she's about to call out,
Yes.
holler at her.
Yes, help out. Be the good
Yes.
Samaritan to tell them to get this money.
Yes. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who is it?
We want to hear
Lila.
from Latasha Anderson, whose
Latasha.
Instagram handle is @PYTTasha.
Cute.
All right.
@PYTTasha. It's right there underneath me. Okay. Now, Latasha, if you're watching, head to the Real Daytime's Instagram page and DM us. Not in a few minutes, but like now, right now. If anyone watching knows Latasha, tag her, wake her up, help her get paid, okay?
Yeah.
The second we hear from her, we'll break into the show and let everyone know.
All
Yes,
right.
I can't wait to hear from you.
I know.
All right, well, the Real Housewives of New York are hollering at Bravo after taking what they're calling a cruise from hell. The housewives, including Bethany Frankel, were taking a pleasure cruise in Cartagena, Colombia, when the boat started taking on water and the engine caught on fire.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, at one point, the crew even had to saw off the anchor before they could sail away.
What?
A fan took a picture of the housewives looking very disheveled in a Colombian airport. I know. Ramona Singer is even in a wheelchair, you guys, from reportedly twisting her ankle.
Oh, wow.
Page 6 is reporting that the
They're laughing.
housewives, I know, right?
This is terrible.
Yeah. The housewives now want to sue Bravo, but that their contracts might make that very hard.
Wow.
So I want to understand a little bit more behind this because is it Bravo's fault that the cruise itself is what broke apart? You know, it's just a little crazy, but I want to say this is where I really appreciate our production company because our production is when we travel, we've gone to the White House. You guys threw me out there across different cities, and I had to jump into live shows and give away money like we did now. And they have handled us so safely, so like carefully. We're precious cargo, and we made everything safe.
But I don't think anyone's intentions are ever for this to go wrong. They could have never predicted that this went wrong.
What kind of cruise? What cruise was
I
this?
know.
Well, have you guys seen the movie Romancing the Stone?
I thought you were going to say Titanic.
Oh, no!
I was like, whoa.
No, but they kind of have those kind of experiences. And I don't know, sometimes reality television show producers can be a little calculated. I think maybe what they wanted to do was create a fish out of water experience, and maybe they got a little bit more than that.
It was more fish in water.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
check the boat though. See, this is why when I go on cruises, because I've been on some, you know, the first thing I do is I go find who the captain is, right?
Really?
Yes, my last one I went on, ooh, that was a good one. It was just a little 4-day one to Ensenada.
Yes.
I met the captain, his name was Captain Bruno. I like me some Captain Bruno. Hey, Captain Bruno. Yeah.
This is true. I always, when you guys board a plane, do you always make contact with the pilot?
Always.
Like, you look at me, you're like, we good, right?
And
you got
when I get off, I'm like, thank you for getting me here safely. Like, thank you so much.
Because Captain Bruno gave me a tour, and on the cruise ships, they have like a prison, they have a hospital. See, I be wanting to know where all those places are, just in case I had to visit them, right?
Wait. The prison?
There's a prison on
Yeah,
cruise ships?
because when you out on sea, people get unruly, and if they get unruly, they put them in jail. They have like a little jail.
I would never. How many of you guys knew that? I had no idea.
Me either.
That's why you need to know who the captain is and talk to that captain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get that
Captain
tour.
Bruno?
I've never been on a cruise before, but watching some of these things makes me not want to go on one. Have you been on a cruise?
Yes, I used to go on a lot. We did this thing called, my sister and I did this thing called Sail with the Stars. So they had lots of celebrities. We were all stuck on a cruise, but you know, some fans, they paid for us to kind of be there and sign autographs and play.
Oh, that's nice.
But it was a lot of fun because we had fun adventures, but it was never like that, thank God.
Cruises are really, the majority of cruises are nice. They're fun, you know, most of them are all inclusive except for the alcohol, you know, but anyway, Bruno took care of that. But they're really nice and they're really safe, and it's a really fun thing to do, especially if you have large families and you want to, you know, bring everybody together. Except, are we going to show the family that got into a little brawl? There was. Okay.
That was
for you too.
that
Okay, but there was like, you know, but that rarely happens.
Yes.
It's really, all you do on a cruise is you drink, you have fun, you go to different ports, and you just
but
visit.
you also hook up. Like, I always think about
you do,
cruises.
don't you?
Well, nowadays, like, if I go on a cruise, like, of course, you know, after a few drinks and getting romantic, and you just start looking at people, and everybody starts looking real good looking at you.
Yeah, you're in the middle of the ocean.
Yes, but
these
then
are your
if you
options.
do things and you hook up with somebody, and let's just say it goes bad, or maybe they start liking you too much, or just things get too sticky, you gotta be stuck on that cruise with them for however long the rest of that cruise lasts.
That's the only thing about it.
So
especially if you, like, a lot of my friends perform on cruises. So the thing is that they perform as comedians, and then they're stuck the whole time on the cruise ship. So, but I think getting back to the Bravo thing, they're just looking for different ways to make the shows exciting.
Yes.
So I think this was just another way, and it just didn't end up right, you know.
Have you ever been on a vacation from hell? Like, just a terrible vacation?
You know about this. I told you, dude, the worst vacation I've ever had didn't even start. Because a few years ago, I decided to have my whole family come together and go on a big family trip.
Sounds great.
We were going to Antigua. I was so excited. It would be our first one. And my parents don't travel a lot. They save money all the time. So I was like, me and my ex was like, let's do this. We're going to plan a family trip. We booked all the tickets. We told them ahead of time, get ready for it. It was Antigua. Beautiful. My dad packed his binoculars and books about birds. It was everything. We arrive. Mama Mai and my dad are still not there. So San Francisco airport, crazy. We're boarding on the plane. Mama Mai calls me and says, they don't let me go on the plane. Something happened. Come. So I had to get off the plane and run out. It turns out at the security gate, Mama Mai didn't bring her passport because she thought Antigua was Hawaii. But she said everybody looked like tropical. So she didn't bring her passport.
Antigua, Jamaica.
Ooh, you want... Yeah, don't sing it, girl. We have to pay for it.
I know.
Okay.
So then, you guys, basically, Mama Mai brought no passport. She had, when I got to the security line, she had all these pork sausages and fruits because, like, Asians like to bring fruit on the plane.
I think it says Bermuda, Jamaica.
I guess, I know, I see you laughing.
I don't think it's Antigua, sorry.
She heard it as Antigua, too.
Kokomo in my head.
No, my mom did.
I know.
So anyway, security didn't let my mom on. Mama Mai, Papa Mai, his binoculars around his neck. No, we cannot go. Why? And so nobody let my mom and my dad on the plane. We got stuck in California with bikinis and shorts for the rest of the holiday vacation. No refund on the trip.
Oh, no.
I was so mad.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, all because she didn't have her passport.
Yes, and
that's not your fault, though. You should check your mama. Make sure she have her passport next time. Ain't nothing wrong with Mama Mai. She's always innocent. I love Mama.
But
y'all are traitors, man.
But I have a question. Why didn't you get on the plane? You had a passport.
Because I didn't want to leave my mom.
She
It was
want to leave Mama
Christmas.
mind. Don't nobody want to have no vacation without Mama
See,
mind. That's it.
I told Adrienne this story, she was like, "Girl, you should have got on the plane and just went without your family."
I'd have said, take the next flight.
Boring. All right. Well, I'm sure the Housewives will have reservations before they step on that ship again. And speaking of reservations, now Us Weekly is reported that this week Justin Theroux initially had reservations before saying "I do" to his soon-to-be ex-wife Jennifer Aniston. A source told Us Weekly that Justin felt hesitant due to the fact that they hadn't even figured out where they wanted to live as a couple, and that the marriage was never important to Justin, but because Jennifer wanted a long-term contract, he got married so he wouldn't lose her. Commitment, I'm sorry.
I was like, contract.
I just feel like
Low-key
marriage is a
kind of
contract to me. That's how I feel. But, okay, y'all do what you want. So, ladies, do you respect Justin listening to his heart? That means marrying her, even though he thought he was going to lose her. Or looking back, should he have maybe listened to his head?
I think you should always listen to your gut. Your gut is never wrong. You know what I mean? So I think that was probably his gut telling him that.
Pop, what about listening to both? How about that?
How about that?
Well, because both, sometimes they cancel each other out, which is where...
Okay, this is my question. If you have hesitation in any marriage, should you do it?
No.
So he shouldn't have got married to her. That's what you're saying.
I kind of feel for them in a way because you think it could work out. You know, what we're reading, and I don't know them, so I want to just say...
Right.
This is a source telling us, so let's not, believe everything is truth, but...
Us Weekly is a respectable source.
Sure, it is. Sure. But you know how in their statement, which I really enjoy, if you read their statement, their release of why they decided to divorce, they really do say, like, what we're telling you, if you hear it from us, this is the truth. Everything else out there is a fabrication of that person's,
you have
version.
to respect that.
Yes, which I love. But the fact is, Justin did live in New York, and that Jennifer has a place here in LA. And just for my marriage, that was a real, we thought that could work. We legit was like, my Freddie, he lived in Harrisburg, and then he also had a place in
But did you ever have reservations about that?
Where did you have a place in?
Colorado?
Thank you. Colorado.
Oh my God!
So we did. Yeah, no, we did have reservations
Well,
about
we
that.
see why that happened. Okay.
No, but real life.
No, it's true.
Real life, you guys, that is not easy.
Yes.
Like, I think people think that long distance relationships, and for some it may work. For most, it does not.
And that's why you're smart, because you in Israel, you'll travel with Israel. You'll pack up and go. Even if Israel has a job, she's like, I'm going to be right by his side.
I'll be in Nashville this weekend, people.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's important.
But we made that commitment, and I think it's so important to have conversations where if I'm honest, you told us to do this, which I think was so smart.
Yeah.
We brought up the worst case scenarios or any concerns, issues. Like literally him and I have discussed what is the worst thing that could happen and how do we think we'd handle it. So you have to think about just the toughest decisions you'd ever have to make. God forbid, if Israel got a job in New York, do I leave this job? Does he give up an opportunity of a lifetime? Those are real conversations you have to have before you get married. If you find out that you have a child that has disabilities, how do you handle that?
If the person decides not to work anymore and doesn't want to work, are you okay with being the sole provider?
But the initial thing that he said was he was afraid he might lose her.
Why?
Because she wanted to get married.
So she wanted the marriage
and
more
he didn't.
than he.
That's what
you can't make nobody want to get married. And the moment that you try to get somebody to do something that they don't want to do, red flag, people. He didn't want marriage and you did.
The best advice I ever got.
It is.
But he followed his heart because he didn't want to lose her.
But look what happened though. They're not together anymore.
So it's like you lose them now or you lose them later.
Yes.
It's like when I didn't want to go through with my engagement, Tam was like, it's better to end it now than to be married years ahead and then you've got to get divorced.
The best advice I ever got that legit still stands today, I don't know if it is for you guys, but when you see red flags before you get married, if you don't iron them out like the way you did, really play out the worst scenarios, when you get married, those problems magnify 1,000 times more. That is so true. So I would advise everybody to remember that.
You guys, even when I was dating, which was a long time ago, or at least it feels that way. Yeah, Adam and I would be married for 7 years, May 5th.
Wow. But that's not that long ago.
That happened so
That's
Oh
not
my
that
goodness,
long
but
ago.
fly.
when I had reservations, even while dating, I cut it off. I was like, why put myself through that?
Yeah.
I'm a true believer of following your gut.
But
Your gut never lies.
Always.
Don't try to talk yourself out of it.
I mean, it's easy to say that, but I just think too that I think honestly, when we know the story of Jennifer Aniston, we know the backstory, and I think she was put under a lot of pressure. And I think that the tale, even the, just us regular people can look and say, even if you're put under pressure, don't follow the pressure.
Yes.
Follow
Don't do
what you want to do in life.
Yeah.
Because
Don't do it.
in the end, this is what happens.
I always say, we can fall in love with people that we are not compatible with.
I do all the time.
Literally, I have been in love with people that I was not compatible with. When I look down the line, I'm like, yo, this never would have worked out. We don't like the same things. We don't enjoy, we're not on the same path. You can be in love with people and love people that you are not meant to be
That's
with.
how I felt about Idris. I'm like, I knew it wasn't gonna work.
Yes, no,
I knew
for real.
It just wasn't gonna work.
You're so stupid. But seriously, I just genuinely feel like, and Jeannie, tell me if I'm wrong here.
Yeah.
We've both been in love with people that maybe compatibility.
Yes.
Where what I want out of life is maybe not what you want. Maybe
Yes.
where I want to live or my goals, my aspirations, what I want for my career is not something. You have to be somewhat on the same path.
Right.
You get what I mean? Because you can love people, but long term, that isn't gonna work because you're going in two completely different directions.
But sometimes you think love can. I want you to speak on that.
Yes, and that's
You
why
speak
I
on that.
gave that analogy about the trees.
Yeah.
When you are two completely different people, when you blend together, trees naturally do this. If you plant two trees together, they begin to intertwine and they begin to actually grow together and they double their lifespan because they become one. And they get the nutrients from the ground and they begin to feed each other. That's a beautiful, harmonious marriage. If you're not, you're two separate trees.
You know how I knew Adam was the one for me?
How, girl?
Because I didn't just see him as someone that I loved or, that he could be my husband. I saw that he could be my
Or could
life.
make good drinks.
Yes, or make great drinks. I saw him as my life partner.
Yes.
In
That's
life.
what it's about.
I wanted to
what
do
it's about.
everything with him.
But you like Adam.
But also, don't you initially think that when you're in love with somebody?
No. I promise you.
Sometimes, and we've said this before, sometimes love is just not enough.
It isn't.
You can love that person, but at some point, you may not be compatible with that person.
Ding,
you may
ding.
not be on the same page. And then in the end, it just doesn't work out.
Giving you gems here
That's
today,
wisdom.
people. We got some real stuff here. We got to take a break. But there's more live girl chat on the way right after this. Don't go anywhere. You're watching The Real.
Welcome back. Earlier today, we announced our third Dolla holla back. The idea is simple. We shout out your name and social media handle, and you have until the end of our live show to get in touch with us to get $1,000. Today, we hollered at Latasha. Yes, we've been on the edge of our seat since the beginning of the show, but the moment is here. She is on the line
No
now.
way.
Hi,
Latasha.
Hi.
Hello, honey. Hello, honey.
Where are you calling us from right now?
LaGrange, Georgia.
Wow. She made
wait,
it,
that means
that you're watching us on Fox 5. We love them over there. How'd you find out that you were selected for Dolla holla back?
Well, everyone started blowing me up on Instagram. So once I saw it, I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I'm
Good
at work,
job,
so I ran
people.
outside in the back.
You see that, girl? We got the real fam. They got their
do.
eyes out on the prize for you. Look at that. So, okay, wait. Real talk, though. Did you know any of the people that were sending you messages, or was it all strangers?
Well, most of them were strangers, but my mom added me like super quick, and she's texting me right now. So, hey, Mom.
Yes!
What's going on?
Moms be looking out.
They do. I love it.
Well, because you got back with us, you know that means, go ahead, Jeannie, show her. You get $1,000. Congratulations.
Yes.
Now, what are you gonna do with your grand, girl?
Oh, well, I have to start looking for my fiance history. So, definitely going to be using it for that.
Oh, what is it again? I didn't hear it.
I said, I'm going to start looking for my fiance his ring. He got me one, so I got to get him one.
You're engaged!
So
She's engaged.
You're
So
engaged.
yes.
When did you get engaged?
I got engaged on the 11th. Not this previous Sunday, but the Sunday before he
so
left
it's
to go to
fresh.
training.
Congratulations.
Training for what?
How did he
He
ask
was in the
you?
Marine.
Yes. Serve our country. Yes,
Come on,
that is
girl.
amazing.
Yes, so
Got
how
you a
did he
Marine.
ask you?
He filled my day with so many activities, and the last thing on our list was to go to Top Golf, and he acted like he had to tie my shoe. And I wasn't paying attention, and he proposed.
So yeah, this will go towards his wedding band.
Yes, I
Oh,
love
wow.
it.
Amazing.
We good for something, ain't we, girl? Congratulations, Latasha.
Yes, we are very, very happy for you. Congrats once again, Latasha. For those of you who still want to be a part of our Dolla Holla Back, you have to tune in next Tuesday morning to see if it's your name we holla at. It's our last one, you guys, so you do not want to miss it. We'll be back with more of The Real right after this.
Bye, Latasha. Welcome back to The Real. Now, who's ready for some more live girl chat? Okay, everybody, let's get serious. Hear ye, Prince Harry's fiance, Meghan Markle, our girl, is reportedly going to break royal tradition and make a speech at her upcoming wedding this spring. Wow, right?
Wow.
Insiders say this would be a first, since it's normally the father of the bride, groom, and best man who gives speeches at royal receptions. Lonnie, as our royal correspondent,
Yeah.
what, pray tell, is your take on this?
Well, you know, I have the royalty because we're talking about the royals, all right? I really believe that she is going to be a princess of many firsts.
Yes.
Okay?
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
And she likes to break tradition. With her being biracial, that's breaking somewhat of tradition. I think that this is a good way. And you know what? If I'm in front of the queen, and from what I'm hearing, she's just so happy and grateful and in love.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we've been talking a lot about love today, that she wants to show her love to everyone. And so this is a speech that she's going to be giving about her prince.
Wow.
And so I think it's very, very great, and it's going to be something that the whole world is going to be able to witness. And she just wants to express that. And I don't see anything wrong with that. So go ahead, sister.
So it's specifically going to be about Prince Harry?
Yeah,
the speech?
Allegedly the speech, because you know I have the royal insight.
Yes,
Of course,
you do.
yes, girl. I know.
Is going to be about him. Now, what I hope that after she says the speech, I hope that Prince Harry, you know, sings "Coming to America," that song, that she's my queen. If he does that, that is like full circle that we have Black history in the monarch.
I'm dead, dude. I'm dead. You are correct. Wait, I actually never realized that brides normally don't speak. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
We don't give a speech. Did you give a speech at your wedding?
No, I turned up. I was like,
See, I had to think about it. I'm like, did I give a speech? I gave a speech at the very, very end. Did you last till the end with us?
What time of the end? Because I
Oh,
was
like,
yeah,
I was
you
upside
did.
down.
Yeah.
It was like the end, the very, very end. Like literally, there was like 3 people left on the dance floor. And then I said, thank you so much for everybody coming. And I was like,
Nobody
love you
was
guys.
there.
Good night.
Yeah, girl, the New York pizza moment, I was.
Yeah, we were all gone by
But
then.
I did give a speech at my wedding, and even though I'm divorced, I'm so glad that I did it, because for me, it was the first in our family, the first that somebody out of his family was marrying outside of their race. Mama Mai was not ready for the white people in our family. So it was the first for me too. But what I said is I said to Freddie what he mimicked that was so a part of our culture, his generosity, his love, the knit of familyhood for him. And then also I thanked the families, because we were about to embark on a new journey together,
Right.
where you got a lot of cultural differences and you want to set the tone for how it's going to be. So, I mean, me and Megan, I just feel like we got something in common with her thinking about that, because I don't think it's going to be just
Well, you know,
about the
after I got married at the Elvis Chapel, we had our reception at Circus Buffet, right?
are you serious?
Wait, did you really?
Seriously.
really
We were at the Circus all-you-can-eat buffet.
Girl, their
That's
mac and
fly.
cheese is
And
watery.
I know. No, it's not. It's gotten well, back then it was good. But anyway, I gave a little speech, you know, and probably that's why I'm divorced after that. But I feel that if it's your wedding, you should be able to do whatever you want.
Yes,
It's
yes,
your wedding.
I agree with that.
It's your wedding.
And I imagine that if you, let's think about it, if you really got into the royal plan of this family knit, they have traditions that sometimes can feel a little, I don't know,
Stiff,
dated.
out of date.
Dated. So for me, I can't get into that. If I get into a marriage or a family, I'm gonna be like, all right, y'all, we're gonna like do this, but we're gonna do it a 2.0 version. You down?
Yeah.
And then just see if they're not, but like start to set the tone. So I think Megan's about to give us a really good journey.
Oh, it's
It
about
seems
to
really
turn up.
personal to be able to like address everybody. I like that about her. I feel like she's gonna be a very personable.
Well, I mean, because like I said, he is, you know, he's a prince. And that's something, it's like a fairy tale. And she probably can't believe it. And so let her do her thing.
Do you think they're
know?
gonna play hip hop at the wedding?
Oh, I'm
Ed
sure.
Sheeran is singing their song.
I'm sure.
Ed Sheeran, but like, are we gonna hear like a little Cardi B up in there?
I don't know about all
I
that.
don't know.
Well, they're friends with like
Maybe
Kanye.
the after party. I
Yeah.
don't know. I can't
Yeah.
see the Queen of England getting down to Cardi B.
Hippity, hippity, hop, hop, hop.
No.
We have to take a break, but there's so much more live girl chat on the way. Right after this, you're watching The Real.
I make money. Welcome back to The Real. Let's get into some more live girl chat. Jeannie talking to me. Okay.
Sorry.
NBA superstar Dwayne Wade recently posted a picture to Instagram of him having dinner with a few friends in Beverly Hills during All-Star Weekend. Who were his friends? Oh, you know, just Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, Chris Tucker, Usher, and the one and only Eddie Murphy, y'all.
That's cool. That's dope, man.
Now, when Dwayne was asked by TMZ why everyone decided to have dinner together, Wade said, because it's Black History Month.
Boom.
I was like,
Y'all
funny.
good
Black
too.
excellence all around.
So that got me wondering, we had a Black History Month dinner. Who would we like to invite?
That sounds so fun.
Okay.
I would invite, first person I would like is Harriet Tubman. All right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
like
great one.
Harriet.
I love learning about her.
Get them Underground Railroad stories.
Secret.
Yeah, the secrets and, you know, what gave her strength and purpose.
Yes.
Somebody else would be Sammy Davis Jr. because he has a lot of history as far as being with the Rat Pack, things
Yes.
like that. Diana Ross, because that's my home girl.
That's possible.
She's
It's still
from
possible.
Detroit Projects. Yes, I would love those stories. Thurgood Marshall, I would love that.
Wow.
You have some good ones.
You got
Yeah.
a great one.
I mean, I would like to, you know me, I'm a history buff. And then lastly, I would like Richard Pryor. I
he's
think,
fun.
Wow.
He was so
Oh my
funny.
God, he was so funny.
Yeah.
He was so fun.
as a
Plus, I want to
comedian.
know, you know, if Quincy was right about him sleeping with Marlon Brando. But anyway, who would you ladies like? Why y'all looking like that? That's
'Cause
what
you're
Quincy
crazy.
said.
That's what she was picturing the
I wanna
conversations.
know. It's a good conversation, you know?
Rosa
Rosa Parks,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
We didn't even ask you, sir, but thank you.
I love it, but that's why we love her.
He's
on
here. Thank you,
yes.
sir.
I
here
looked
live,
at you
though.
right when I came
Who
out. I was
else?
like, I'm
Give me
so
one
happy you're
more,
back.
sir.
Thank
Who
you.
else?
Yes.
Martin Luther
Dr.
King Jr.
I would just want to sit down with him just
like
to
that.
say thank you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Thank you on so many levels.
Ladies, who would you like?
I would like to talk to Jackie Robinson. He was the first African American who was in Major League Baseball. And you got to think about it. I mean, I'm sure there were people on his team that didn't want him there, and he
Right.
felt it, but he still had to play
Yes.
as a team.
Right.
So there was a lot of character that had to be built, and you know, he broke some glass ceilings. So I would love to talk
That
about
was
that.
great.
amazing.
That was a good one, Sam.
We asked you guys who you would like to attend your Black History dinner. At Zoe Music 77 said, the cast of Black Panther.
Right on. Black Panther.
I know.
Yeah, come on the show.
Yes. Action Boy 813 said, the Obamas.
That would be good.
They're fun.
Oprah Winfrey. My homie T. Jay-Z, Damon John, MLK, Malcolm X, Frederick Douglass, Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks.
I can do this all day. Where this party at? Y'all got room?
Okay, that would be a lit party. Who is his homie T?
His friend, I guess his friend is down for Black
How
History
you gonna
Month.
throw your friend in? Okay, all right. It's your history month party.
At Cheryl Loves God 64 said, I have Black History dinner every time I cook.
Oh, that's
awesome.
sweet, Cheryl.
I love that.
So great.
What about you ladies?
I like to picture a party that could, you know, happen today because I set it as my goal on my vision board. But I would absolutely first off have Oprah come
Yeah.
because Oprah, not only can she throw down in the kitchen, right? But I have a dream to create a huge educational program for women who are victims of human trafficking, and she created a great school, an academy in Africa since 2007. $40 million put into it to raise hope for these young girls. And then I would also have Tracy Ellis Ross, y'all.
Our girl.
Yes, because you know she'd come best dressed, and we'd be like doing like runway shows out of my closet. We'd, you know, trade some clothes, possibly, I hope.
Okay.
So that was that. And then I would love to invite Laverne Cox, because Laverne Cox is doing so much to create the conversation that's much needed in the queer representation of today.
Exactly.
So she's dope. And then I would have myself, somebody for Mama Mai, Grace Jones, y'all.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great one.
Because she would
I
come,
love her.
she would whip me in the shave, she would yell at me, and I would like it.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
What about
I
you,
love
Aid?
that.
I was down with Harriet Tubman. I would have so many questions. I mean, obviously, we read so much in our history books, but to actually be able to have a conversation with the person that was there, went through it, and lived it would be incredible. And Martin Luther King, who I said I would really just want to say thank you for, too, because of what he did for the civil rights movement, speaking up, such a great man. Yes. Some would even say Madam C.J. Walker.
Yes.
You know, she was one of the first women entrepreneur. I think that would be incredible.
And one other person I left out, Hattie McDaniel, the first black Oscar winner. Hattie McDaniel. So we have to take a break. That was a great Black History moment, wasn't it? We'll be right back with more of The Real. Don't go anywhere. Today's guest started working at only 9 months old. She was the cute and sassy Rudy on The Cosby Show, and more recently a house guest on the reality show Celebrity Big Brother. Please welcome Keshia Knight Pulliam. You know, we loved you as Rudy on The Cosby Show. You are just historical. You are a part of Black history.
Yes, you are.
You openly supported your co-star, Bill Cosby, in his sexual assault trial. You know what I really want to know? When you went to the trial, what did he say to you, and what did you say to him?
You know, I'm trying to remember, but it was just how we always communicate. You know, that's a really stressful, it's a lot going on. And, you know, people have conflicted emotions about it, and sexual assault in any way. I'm a woman, I'm an advocate. I have a Camp Kizzy is my nonprofit, which is all about empowerment and self-esteem for women. But also you have to understand that in our criminal justice system, you're innocent until proven guilty. And this is a man that I've known my entire life, and that was just never my experience with him. So, you know, I was happy to be there and to, you know, see for myself, because ultimately that's what this country is founded on.
Did he say anything to you, though? Like, did he say hi?
Of course he said hello and, you know, asked about Ella and how I am and, you know, all of those different things. Of course, asked about his family. So you
just went there just to show your support and just to be there?
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. That's it.
That's a good friend. That's a good friend.
Well, let's get into Celebrity Big Brother. You were actually the first African-American woman to become the head of the household in the show.
Wow.
That's unbelievable. What does holding that title mean to you?
It's amazing. I can't believe that almost 19, 20 seasons later that I'm the first, but I'll take it. It was a really interesting experience, and what I can say is until you're in there, you can't understand. Like what you see is it's very different. It's an experience.
Wow.
When you say different, what do you mean?
Yes. Like, give us some secrets.
Okay, what I can tell you is this. There are no windows. And
what?
Yes, we're in there. There are no windows.
Why?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yes.
There needs to be. There aren't clocks. There's one little clock. You have to do everything yourself. Which you probably didn't see unless you're on the live feed. I was in the kitchen with my spices, cooking every day. I had my Keisha's Kitchen collection. Actually, when I left, they were like, "But what are we gonna eat?"
Oh. Wait, is that so disorienting though? to like not know what time it is, what's happening.
You have to consciously be like, okay, what day is today? Today is this date. It's this day of the week. How many days have we been here?
Yeah.
It's like a conscious thing that you have to do.
Do you have phones in there?
No, you have nothing. You are
Nothing.
completely and utterly cut off from everything and everyone.
No Wi-Fi.
Like, no Wi-Fi,
Oh my
no
goodness, so
music,
that
no books,
explains-
no journals, no nothing.
Oh,
Okay, so
Wow.
that explains why you asked your fellow house guests to vote you off so you can be with your 1-year-old daughter, Ella.
Let's be clear first. They
Okay.
put me on the block before
Okay.
any of that happened.
Okay.
So let's just be clear that I had an alliance. They completely turned, but I had a plan in place. I was pumping milk every
Yes.
day. They were sending milk to my daughter, who was literally down the street. But just the stress of everything, when I didn't know going in as a new first-time
Yeah,
mom,
the stress, your milk
that
supply.
not only is stress, but your daughter has, or your child has to actually physically eat from your boob too. You can't just pump, because if you pump, your milk supply will diminish. So it just was kind of the perfect storm. My milk supply took a nosedive. I was like, hey, listen, it's time for me to go. My baby is my most
More
important
important,
thing.
and she's the cutest thing.
Yeah, she's
Cutest thing.
Well, we actually have a clip of your eviction from Celebrity Big Brother. Let's take a look.
By a vote of 7-0, Keshia, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
You guys?
Wow.
Tension in there.
Yes.
They need to crack a window up in there right there.
What's up with you and Omarosa? Do you think she'll win, and how did you guys become like friends?
You know, I went into it allowing people to show me who they are. That's just who I am as a person. You know, everyone has opinions about them, has a history. So in the house, she was the one person who was the most loyal out of everybody. So, and I had made the decision that as an African-American woman and just the advocacy work that I do, we're not gonna be those girls.
Okay.
Even if not, I'm not going to fight with you. What you do is your karma, how I respond is mine. So I wasn't.
That's wise.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Who do you think is going to win now?
You know, they better watch out for Omarosa, because I told her, I said,
Really?
you're an OG in this game. I was
Okay.
like, you have all of the skill set to win this. And, you know, we'll see. Big Brother is a game of twists and turns. You never know what's going to happen.
Yep, we're gonna be watching. We gotta
Thank you
see.
for coming and
Thank
stopping
you.
by, girl. We appreciate it. Catch Keshia when she returns to the finale of Celebrity Big Brother on February the 25th on CBS. We'll be right back. This is The Real.
Welcome back. Are you guilty of not sticking to your New Year's resolution
Yes.
of being a healthier you?
Yes.
Have no fear, because we're here to get you back on track. Stay tuned. This is 1, 2, 3, Cleanse. Cleanses are all the rage right now, but it can be difficult choosing one that's best for you. Well, you're in luck, because we've got the creator of the popular D-Herbs Cleanse here to help us out. Please welcome D-Herbs CEO and health and wellness expert, A.D. Dolphin, to the show. Welcome. All right, now, you have helped several celebs like Anthony Anderson, Niecy Nash, and Sherry Shepherd get to a healthier lifestyle. Why should someone try a cleanse?
Wow. Think
Yes.
about the pollution that we're breathing in. Think about the things that we put on our skin, the perfumes, the creams. Believe it or not, your skin is the biggest organ in your body.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
True.
Whatever you put on your skin, you're technically consuming it.
Yes.
The things that we drink, as far as the sugary drinks, the alcoholic drinks, the processed foods
It's
that
just
we
a
eat.
bad life. Well, you know what? Tell us about the full body cleanse that you brought today, because I'm so interested in it.
Okay, so the D-Herbs Full Body Cleanse consists of 7 formulas,
Okay.
all geared to clean out your major eliminative channels. That's your gallbladder, your heart, your liver, your colon, your spleen, your lungs, your kidneys, your adrenal glands, your blood, and your skin. It's gonna help you flush out all the impurities in all of those parts of your body, not just your colon, which can give you the illusion of cleansing. It focuses on the entire body.
Now, who is it designed for, this cleanse?
Wow, you know what? I would tell everyone, this cleanse is designed for everyone.
Really?
Look, Lonnie, look, if you're tired of being that sickly person at work,
Let me know.
if you're tired of not having that energy, look, if you're tired of not feeling like yourself, this cleanse is for you.
Do it help you with
That's
sex?
awesome.
It will definitely help you with sexual energy.
Hey, get on over here.
Okay.
Because everyone also wants to know, Can you actually eat on this cleanse?
Wow, that's such a great question. This is not one of those cleanses where you're gonna have to drink some special concoction.
Thank God.
This is not one of those cleanses where you're gonna have to starve yourself. You can eat as many fresh fruits and vegetables as your heart desires. There's no calorie counting, none of that. You can have as much of this as you like. And wait, let me just say this. It's not where you're gonna just eat an apple every single day. On our website, we have thousands upon thousands of raw food recipes. One of my favorites is the raw tacos. Believe it or not, these tacos taste just as good as regular tacos.
They
it's
look
one
really
of my
good.
favorites.
What is this right here?
Huh? That is
so
the
good. Noodles.
zucchini. There you go.
So delicious.
Okay, I want you over here now. I recognize all this. I love raw foods. Now, if you followed the directions on this cleanse, taking the capsules, eating raw, working out, how much weight can you really expect to lose?
Wow, that's another great question.
Okay.
Look, first of all, we have these bowling balls here.
Okay.
Look, this is 10 pounds and this is 30 pounds. Believe it or not, on the D-Herbs Full Body Cleanse,
Oh my God.
you can lose between 10 to 30 pounds on your cleanse.
Wow.
The most weight I've seen someone lose thus far is 42 pounds.
42 pounds.
But listen, when you put the right things in your body responds in the right way.
Let 'em know.
And
Turn
that's
it
what's
into a
going on.
lifestyle. This is all such great information. Thank you so much, AP,
Absolutely.
for stopping by. Thank you. If this is something you are interested in trying, make sure you talk with your doctor first, and if you get the okay, head over to thereal.com for more info on the D-Herbs Cleanse. And for a 10% off discount code,
There you go.
you'll find some of AD's yummy raw recipes that we just talked about here that you can make at home. Now we have to take a quick break, but we're coming back with more of The Real.
There you go.
Welcome back. We put on another great show, ladies.
Yes.
Brush your shoulders off. We did that. And because of you guys, special thanks to Keshia Knight Pulliam for stopping by. And to you guys at home, thank you for helping Latasha get her money, honey. And to our studio audience for coming by here, thank you. You guys help us keep shining here. We'll see you right back here next time on what, folks?
The Real!